So it seems that Apple's whole plan to move slightly away from Samsung when it comes to iPhone displays is not really paying off. As yes, it looks like BOE is already struggling with Apple's requirements for the iPhone 12, and they haven't even started. We have some new speculation on how Apple will give us ARM-based Macs, and we have some new case leaks from Ice Universe that pretty much confirm the Galaxy Note 20 details. I'm Jaime Rivera, and I learned that today's Friday, thankfully. And it's all because I did a match with knowing that yesterday was my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, Marco. And, well, anyways, let's hope we can celebrate this weekend. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with deals. Yes, they have to do somewhat with Apple, but they're really compelling. Let's begin with Best Buy. The retailer just started a 3-day sale of Apple products for this weekend, starting off with the latest 13-inch MacBook Pro, which is $200 off certain models. So for example, the 16GB of RAM, 1TB of storage variant is currently $17.99. That's really good. Then we've got the 15.4-inch MacBook Pro up to $1,050 off. Yeah, that's the last model, but hey, listen, this is the Core i9, 32 gigs of RAM, 1TB of SSD for $3,000. Best Buy also has deals on MacBook Airs and more, but then moving on to Amazon, the Galaxy Watch Active 2, which I'm currently wearing, is $130 off for the black variant, leaving it at $320 shipped. And hey, I can't stress enough how much I love this watch, but I do prefer the silver variant. It's just easier to blend with other watch bands. Still, Marshall headphones, in addition to also Beats headphones, also have deals in the links in the description. Now, for those of you diehard fans of HTC, there are some of you out there, right? It's not just none? Wait, one? Okay, one. All right, fine, we'll cover it. Point being is we've been covering what HTC is going to be doing for its future mid-ranger, because I'm not going to call it a flagship, and now we've got Evan Blass chiming in. The leaks show us some hands-on pictures that pretty much match the schematics that we had covered recently. It shows an interesting color variant, kind of like the one we saw with the HTC U12, but this one in a tone of gray instead of blue. We see the triple camera array at the back as well as the physical fingerprint scanner. The leaked specifications of this phone include a Qualcomm Snapdragon 660, 6GB of RAM, and this will be HTC's first phone running Android 10 out of the box. Do I have to be the one that says boring, or can you do that favor for me in the comments? Now, this is rather interesting. If you remember back at CES, Samsung unveiled their Galaxy S10 Lite, Galaxy Note 10 Lite variants. We're still debating what those products were for, because it's not like if we've really seen them out in the wild in the market. But apparently the Galaxy S20 is also going to receive that treatment. According to a new Sam Mobile report, the S20 will be getting a light variant as well. The Galaxy S20 Lite is apparently under development under the model number SMG780 and SMG781 for the US and global variants. The global variant will apparently lack 5G capabilities, but the US variant will support it. It's also expected to bring 128GB of storage, Android 10 out of the box running One UI 2.5. I wonder exactly what the whole purpose of this phone will be, if not to get rid of inventory that hasn't been able to be sold when it comes to components. We'll see. Now, since we are talking Samsung, let's move into some more trusted sources telling us what to expect for the Galaxy Note 20, which I am looking forward to more than the Lite variants. Today we have a new tweet of Ice Universe that shows us cases for the Galaxy Note 20, and by the way, this is actually the regular Note 20, not the Note 20 Plus, that show off the flat display that we're expecting, which was confirmed by Ice Universe a couple of days ago. In a Weibo post, he claims that the Note 20 will enter mass production very soon, and that kind of does make sense if you do the math. We're pretty much halfway through June, almost in July. My God, I can't believe it's been so long already. But point being is we're expecting that Galaxy Note 20 to happen sometime in August. It happens every year in August since the Galaxy Note 8, I believe, so we'll see. So, MacBooks running ARM chips. That's been pretty much the topic that we've been covering for the last couple of days. And I made, to a certain degree, a speculation that probably that new MacBook would make a return, and that would be the product that would launch with these ARM chips. Now, again, that was just speculation on my behalf, but it seems that I'm not alone in this thought. See, we have a new leak from Twitter, which we should take with a grain of salt, but it actually makes sense. On a Reddit post, Fudge, which has provided some trusted leaks, said that based on tidbits from supply chain sources and reports, Apple might bring back that 12-inch MacBook to be the first model with ARM chips. He detailed the roadmap that Apple has gone through to get these ARM processors to work, starting back in 2014 by adding the T1 and T2 security chips, and how that has paved the way. This launch of the new MacBook would start a new phase in this project, which is basically Project Catalyst, which will allow Mac apps to work on an iPad, or backwards, which is Project Marzipan. According to the post, they are still working on perfecting the infamous butterfly keyboard, as if you remember, this is what pretty much enabled this new MacBook to be so thin. It would bring the same design of this MacBook, and the processor would be of 8 or 12 cores. Apple is reportedly making 3 tiers of the A14X chips, and we expect this rumored Mac to bring the lower tier. Now here's the thing, the Reddit post from Fudge is so complete, so well written, so thought out in all the detail, that it's in the links in the description. I highly recommend you read it all. He explains every single phase that he estimates as to how we got here and where we're going to go from here, as obviously the challenge is then for developers to support the ARM-based versions of their apps with whatever port they're going to be doing. This is going to be very interesting, particularly because Apple hasn't really done the best job as for their Mac App Store, as opposed to the iOS App Store. So probably that's going to bridge the gap to a certain degree. We'll see. And finally, the hottest news today, or the most concerning news to a certain degree, should be what Apple is doing and even what Samsung is doing with the future of their displays. For the longest time, Samsung has been the king of displays, ever since the Galaxy S2, because they have come up with technologies that other companies are still lagging behind with their OLEDs. They've been so fantastic that even Apple has adopted their OLED technology ever since the iPhone X when they made the jump. Thing about it is, Samsung decided to jump ship from their own displays because they were too expensive and try out BOE. And, well, we also heard the rumors that at least one of the iPhones, the most popular one, the iPhone 12, is going to make the jump to these BOE displays. You know what the problem is? That, well, the tests for Samsung already failed, and it seems that they're not alone. We have a new report this morning that claims that BOE also failed Apple's tests. This report mentions that they will be submitting new batches for both companies, and it is not clear whether these are an initial test run or the actual stock that was planned to be placed on the iPhone 12. I mean, think about the time that we're in. Production had pretty much just begun. Cupertino was expecting 45 million panels from BOE, and it's not clear if it will be affected from the pandemic besides the quality issues. Due to that, we don't know if Apple will remain with BOE after the new batch they submit, but if they don't work, obviously there is LG, which does not have a good history making OLED displays, and you guys know that, or going to Samsung. But then if you think about it, this is the budget tier iPhone, which makes us worry if the price is going to be the same or if it's not, or what the plan is going to be. Let us know in the comments down below. What do you think? Do you think that Apple should take the risk and continue with BOE, or if they should take a risk with LG, or if they should stick to Samsung for doing OLEDs? Because in my case, I feel that Apple charges so much for a phone. There's no excuse. They need to provide the best displays. This is literally the gateway into your device, the display. It has to be great. I would not tolerate a bad display. I'm having issues right now with my iPhone 11 Pro because of the display, and I can't fix it. So obviously, I do feel that the company should do the right thing for consumers. That's me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. I feel that if Samsung and Apple would jump ship to get iPhones and Galaxy devices on Samsung display, also Samsung, you should drop your prices. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Also, follow us on social medias. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me stay at home and forget the days. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week, but we've got more videos coming tomorrow.